update on the Centennial Corridor project and why it could make your commute through Truxtun Avenue much easier very soon. And for all of you with a giving heart, you can give back to a new care center in Bakersfield. We'll tell you how you can volunteer for the Eagle Oaks Specialty Care Center. Plus, it's time to let the dogs out. Details on the Gone to the Dogs 5K fun run and how you can do your part to help out our furry four-legged friends. That's all ahead on the Now Bakersfield. Chris?
Let's check out today's lineup here on the Now, and we are just days away from the anniversary of September 11th, and we're in New York City looking at how far we've really come in stopping the next threat. We're also checking out a little-known benefit of your Costco or Sam's Club membership, and that is car sales. Our Annie Taylor breaking down how they work and if you are really getting a better deal. Also, employers are getting ready to hand out more raises in 2019, so we're getting an idea of just how much and why a new job could mean an even bigger paycheck.
Well, good news for people who drive down Truxtun Avenue. City officials say the project is expected to be completed this weekend and more progress is being made on the Centennial Corridor. The Now Bakersfield's Tori Cooper has more on how this impacts your drive time. Tori?
Jessica, today phase 2 of the multi-million-dollar Centennial Corridor project broke ground in southwest Bakersfield, which will eventually lead to a faster commute.
Many Kern County drivers use Highway 99 frequently, meaning some also drive under or over the Bell Terrace Bridge. But following today's groundbreaking ceremony, this bridge will no longer look the same.
This project will ultimately drop the existing Bell Terrace Bridge.
The Bell Terrace Bridge in southwest Bakersfield does not currently meet Caltrans vertical clearance standards. But after today's ceremony, the first step in tearing it down and building a new, taller and wider bridge is currently underway. The project is intended to accommodate connections and the growing capacity of people traveling to and from Bakersfield, according to Bakersfield Public Works Director Nick Fidler.
So on both sides, north and southbound on 99, we'll be adding lanes.
The Bell Terrace Bridge reconstruction project is also part of a larger scale project known as the Centennial Corridor.
It's really focused on the Bell Terrace Bridge, but it's a critical part of combining what we do to get 58 onto the Centennial Corridor and over to the West Side Parkway.
Centennial Corridor is this alternate bridge currently being built that will connect to Highway 58 that currently leads to a dead end at Real Road. But the project isn't cheap.
This is evidence of the coordination locally, county, statewide, and even nationally in supplying us with $50 million for a freight corridor, which the Centennial Corridor will be.
Both phases of the Centennial Corridor are scheduled to be complete by the spring of 2020. But today's ceremony is also a celebration of the end of another congested roadway commonly used by people like you.
Tomorrow, all of that highway congestion at 99 and Oak with Truxtun will be finished. They'll mark the lines and that traffic will be open now with 3 lanes where there were 2.
A project creating new routes.
Just one more piece of the puzzle as we continue to put it together.
Now, even though the Truxtun Avenue portion of the project is nearly complete, granite construction workers still have some holes to fill and lanes to paint before the road is entirely operational again. As of now, the Truxtun completion is still 4 months ahead of schedule, but the Centennial Corridor and the Bell Terrace projects will likely cause slowdowns on north and southbound 99. For more information, head to our website, turner23.com.
Meantime, it's a big day for Walmart associates in California as they receive millions of dollars in bonuses. This week, more than 900,000 Walmart associates received a share of more than $200 million in cash bonuses. Of those bonuses, over $6 million going to California and over $300,000 to associates across Bakersfield. Walmart says they come on the heels of the best performance for Walmarts in the U.S. in more than 10 years. Walmart says its associates earn quarterly bonuses as part of an overall incentive plan designed to reward associates whose stores achieve sales and customer service goals. Well, are you looking to give back? You have a chance because the Eagle Oaks Specialty Care Center in Bakersfield is looking for volunteers. The center is looking for caring individuals to provide a warm and welcoming experience for their patients and families. As a volunteer, you would serve as a greeter at the main entrance and help escort families to their appointments. Besides being a greeter, other volunteer opportunities include classroom volunteer, working as clinic pals, gift shop volunteer, and much more. For more information, just head to our website, turn223.com. Well, it's time to lace up your running shoes and take your furry friend to Tehachapi for a 5K fun run and walk benefiting a good cause. The Gone to the Dogs 5K fun run is a pet lover's paradise with live entertainment, demonstrations, food, and much more. The event is all in an effort to raise money to help shelter animals and to make Tehachapi no kill. All proceeds benefit the Have a Heart Humane Society. It's $30 per person, and registration forms are available at haveahearthumanesociety.org. The walk and run starts at 9 tomorrow morning at Warrior Park in Tehachapi. You can also give back this weekend by going to a car show that also benefits a good cause. Brookdale Senior Living is hosting a car show fundraiser tomorrow. It benefits Alzheimer's research. Aside from different cars riding in for the event, you can also enjoy food and other vendors. The event is happening from 8 tomorrow morning until noon at Brookdale. And this weekend, it's time to kick off Relay once again. The Relay for Life kickoff celebration is happening tomorrow. It'll give teams a chance to vote on the 2019 Relay theme before it's announced. Organizers say it also gives current teams a chance to get ready to relay on May 4th and 5th. The kickoff celebration is set to start at 9:30 tomorrow morning at the Rabobank Convention Center.
It's an unfortunate and perhaps scary truth that the threats facing our country aren't going away. Now, we are approaching another anniversary of September 11th, and you remember just last year an Islamic extremist driving a vehicle down a Manhattan bike path, killing 8 people. It was the deadliest attack in the city since 9/11, and I went to New York City to get some perspective on just how far we've come in stopping the next threat. What does 9/11 mean to you now, so many years later?
9/11, transformed my life and probably thousands of others. There's literally not a day that goes by I don't think about 9/11.
For decades, Michael O'Neill has worked to stop the next attack.
It's kind of like a life mission to try to make sure something like that never happens again.
He spent 22 years in the NYPD, and the department turned to him in 2001 to launch its counterterrorism division. How has security changed? How's the threat changed since 9/11?
Prior to 9/11, when we were planning for events, it was about crime and quality of life. In the post 9/11 environment, you have to take the terrorism angle into account. But now with the evolution, I would say, of social media and the computer and the internet age, you could be radicalized in your basement. Like that went to a major airport.
Today, he heads a private security company just blocks from Ground Zero.
Obviously, it looks like a bomb. And then they were able to determine it actually was a piece of art.
It works to keep businesses safe around the world.
Do more businesses look for your services now than maybe they did previously to 9/11 or even as time's gone on since 9/11?
Yeah, it's kind of the unfortunate. I'd love to see the company grow, obviously, but sometimes I wish we didn't even have to exist in the world.
And as another 9/11 anniversary grows near, he's confident in how far we've come in stopping whatever comes next. 17
years out, we're a pretty well-oiled machine with that, and collecting intelligence, understanding a threat, and how to project force against that threat.
Well, let's check back in with our lineup here, and you may not realize this, that you can buy a car using your Costco or Sam's Club membership, and we're going to look into whether or not you're actually getting a better deal with that. That's when the Now continues. Let's get to the Now News Feed. Some important stories here. And how about this situation? Dallas police investigating an officer for killing a man. Police say the officer went home but walked into the wrong unit, and she shot the 26-year-old who lived there. That officer is now on leave during this investigation. More trouble for Wells Fargo. The Justice Department looking into if employees committed fraud. There are reports some banking unit employees altered customer information without consent. And GoFundMe saying a homeless man will get all of the $400,000 raised for him online. There was a couple that raised that money for him after he had helped them get gas using his last $20 bill. Man says the couple, though, wasn't handing over the money that was raised. Authorities even raiding the couple's home during an investigation. That's how serious this situation got. The couple says they were concerned the man would spend all that money on drugs. Well, if you notice, the waiting room at urgent care is a bit busier than before. It's not just you. There's a new JAMA study showing just more people are heading to urgent care clinics than ERs, and that's because of the price. Really no surprise there. Urgent care clinics, though, they aren't your only option, and Amy Taylor here to show you what else you can consider.
Yeah, Chris, along with urgent care clinics, more people are also going to retail clinics and using telemedicine. Retail clinics are fairly new. They're smaller clinics inside stores like Walmart, Target, and even Walgreens. They can only treat a limited amount of things, but they're usually a lot less expensive than urgent care. And then we've told you about telemedicine before. It's basically video calls with doctors. Well, Medicare has just recently started paying for these services, and doctors can usually treat 50 to 60% of patients through these video calls alone. These visits are even less expensive than urgent cares and retail clinics. So how do all these places rank in terms of price? Well, on average, ER visits can cost over $400 out of pocket. Urgent cares average $66 per visit, and retail clinics almost slash that price in half, $37 a visit. And those video calls, just $14. But before you go run into an alternative clinic, make sure you're not just considering the cost. If you're going through something serious, it may be the best to go straight to the ER.
Well, opening its inaugural season today is a Bakersfield tradition, Flicks at the Fox. The movie tonight is Loving Vincent, the world's first ever fully painted feature film. Doors open at 6:30, but you do still have a chance to catch the film because it starts at 7:30. Tickets are $6 for a single film, but if you plan on seeing all 14, you can also buy a season pass for $50. Flicks is a tradition of international cinema at the Fox Theater for the past 21 years. For more information, just go to our website, turnto23.com. Bakersfield College is gearing up to hold a tournament for one of the fastest growing sports. BC is hosting its second annual pickleball tournament. It features both men's and women's doubles division. Registration for the event is $40 per person, which does include a tournament t-shirt, backpack, and free raffle ticket. The tournament benefits the college, and the two-day event gets underway tomorrow at 8 a.m. on the tennis courts at BC. Well, as we take a live look outside, the sun is setting and varsity football players are getting ready to hit the field. The Now's Allison Gargaro joins us with our evening and weekend forecast.
Friday night football is back tonight and kickoff starts at 7:30, so you still have time to get out there. It's going to be warm though, 95 degrees, but by the time the game ends, it will be cooling down into the upper 80s. But this weekend, as we head into Saturday, high pressure will be dominating over Central California. That is going to cause temperatures to be in the triple digits for us here in the valley, as well as very dry conditions. But tomorrow you can see 100 degrees here in Bakersfield tomorrow, 97 up in the Kern River Valley, and 88 degrees in the South Mountains, but a cool down on the way. But ahead of that cool down, winds will be picking up, especially in our mountain and desert cities. The strongest winds are going to be on the west side of the valley as well as over the passes. But you can see that low pressure system that's brewing all of this cold air going to be pushing into the county, but clear skies for us. So you can see temperatures still hanging on to the upper 90s through Saturday and Sunday, dropping down to 94 degrees by Tuesday. But then look at this, in the upper 80s on Thursday, continuing through next Sunday. So fall is just around the corner.
And Monday on the Now Bakersfield, we're taking an in-depth look into how CBD oil is impacting animals, why a local nonprofit is using it, and what experts say about shopping this product safely. Again, that's Monday on the Now Bakersfield.
Let's get to the now news feed. And British Airways saying it's sorry for a data breach. Hackers got credit card info of 380,000 passengers happened during a 2-week period this summer. Rapper Nicki Minaj giving $25,000 to Jeffrey Owens, the former Cosby Show actor. He's been getting support after the Daily Mail wrote an article making fun of his new job at Trader Joe's. Well, you may have heard of intermittent fasting. A lot of people doing it now to lose weight, but there's a new study from the National Institute on Aging saying it could be the key to a long life. They tested on mice and found that the fasting mice live longer than the mice who ate regularly. Well, if you're a member of a superstore like Costco or Sam's Club, then you already know that there are some really good deals that come with that. But one of the perks you may not know about is that you can actually buy a car through them. So now Andy Taylor checking it out, seeing if you really should skip the dealership.
When you're shopping inside places like Costco, you walk up and down the aisles to pick out the supersized items you want, but don't expect to walk up and down the parking lot to pick out your next vehicle. Costco, Sam's Club, and Walmart all offer the perk of buying a car through them.
These services are an opportunity for price assurance for a consumer, but it's not necessarily always going to be the best price.
They work with auto dealerships to determine a fixed price, and then they act as a broker. But Tim Jackson with the Colorado Auto Dealers Association says those superstores are making money off those sales.
What's in it for Costco is that monthly fee that the dealer would pay to Costco to be the dealer for that brand.
Because places like Costco get paid to be the middleman, the prices of their vehicle aren't always the lowest price.
If the consumer really wants to get a better price on a vehicle, they're probably going to be better off shopping it between dealers and ultimately having it delivered by a dealer without the intermediary.
A perk to buying your car through Costco, Walmart, or even a Sam's Club is that they do their own background checks on the dealerships. They look for the best prices, reputation, and even customer satisfaction index scores. Tim did warn us about a few downsides, like trading in your vehicle to buy a new one.
The dealer is prepared to value and price the trade. They can't do that in the contract with us Costco because there's so many unique characteristics with each trade.
Also, when it comes to financing, you're likely to get more options through a dealer. If you hate negotiating and you hate haggling, this is actually a really great way to avoid all of that altogether because these superstores do all the hard work for you. For the Now, I'm Annie Taylor.
Annie, thanks. And schools across the country, they could be outfitting their football players with new helmets. Visus, which is an equipment company, creating a helmet specifically for younger players. This comes after parents have voiced some concerns about schools using equipment that's meant for adults. Somewhat of a problem here, though. Those helmets go for $900 a pop. The company says it's working with schools to bring that price down. That new helmet going to be available next year. There are a number of NFL players, though, using the adult version of that helmet this season. Well, the milk debate, it's back again, and this time the FDA commissioner's weighing in. We've recently told you about the FDA creating a rule that would block stuff like, say, soy milk from being called milk because they say only milk can come from cows. Today, the boss of the FDA saying that he's concerned people will be misled about the nutritional value of these types of drinks. Now, he also says that milk can only come from an animal that lactates. Well, the newest baristas at Starbucks, not going to be your typical college student working a part-time job, at least not in Mexico City. That's because Starbucks has just opened its first cafe run by seniors. Coffee chain working with Mexico's government welfare program that helps seniors. Starbucks hopes to help older people by giving them jobs. Now, its goal is to add 100 more older workers in Mexico by the end of 2019. All right, let's check back in with our lineup here. And we're learning that employers, they're getting ready to hand out some pretty nice raises in 2019, hand out more raises. We're going to get an idea of how much. That's when the Now continues.
and handler Nick York. Now, she's already showing promise, as you can tell. In just a few sessions, she's learning to take the lead. And when a troubled bear shows up in a neighborhood, the bear dogs help herd them back into the wild. Now, they also catch poachers and push wildlife like bighorn sheep off of highways. They are just absolutely adorable. Well, coming up tonight at 11, we'll see you then.